Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. Today is Wednesday, August 20th, and we are doing our regular MLB series betting preview show that we've done all baseball season long with Troy West from allplayswin.com. It's been a very successful show. Troy West has had a very successful baseball season at his site, which is not a surprise. Troy West, thanks for being back with us.
Hey, thanks a lot, Pete. I appreciate it. You know, we've been elevating our game once again. We had 5-2 over the last 7 days. I feel like so far the advice we gave again last week was pretty successful. And going into the weekend, it's starting to get crunch time in these playoff races. So I tend to start seeing a lot of value as we get into this late part of the year.
Well, the advice that I've given on this show is up 21 units on the year, so that's great. But your day in and day out picks at your site, I know, have done very well. I think you've been positive every single month in this baseball season. Is that right, Troy?
We have. We got to finish strong here in August to have a successful August. We started out slow, but like I said, 5-2 over the last 7 days. We've been sticking to just one really strong play a day, and it's really paid off. So we'll see how August pans out. But April, May, June, July are all really good months, Pete.
Well, I got the series are getting a little bit tougher, right? Because some teams are like changing around, and but I got 3 series here that I think might have some value overall. First one I want to discuss is KC at Texas. Now I've been taking KC series after series, and they have been winning. They've been the most profitable team in August in baseball, plus 61.5%, and they have been doing it against weak teams. But here they get another one, right? The weakest in the majors, at least in terms of betting value. Texas minus 35% ROI in August, minus 21% ROI overall, worst in baseball, minus 26% ROI at home on the year. So it's just, ugly numbers all around for Texas. And KC, again, most profitable team in August, plus 16.5% ROI on the road this year. So maybe they don't sweep, maybe they don't have a huge edge, but they got to have at least a modest edge here, right?
No, absolutely. The Kansas City actually has the easiest schedule remaining in baseball. It's going to be quite interesting to see if they can hold on to that Central. But looking at that series, Pete, every single game they've got a very strong pitching edge. Texas hasn't really brought any consistency to the table as far as pitching goes. Kansas City has, and we know Kansas City's bats are one of the hottest right now in baseball. They get an opportunity to continue to see bad pitching in that Texas weather. I got to think Kansas City's got an edge to at least take 2 or 3 in that series. So we'll go with the Royals.
Okay, great. And then I want to discuss Detroit at Minnesota, and I'm thinking about taking Detroit here. Now, it's always a little bit dangerous to take Detroit because they can, with their big names in their lineup and their starting rotation, they can easily get overvalued. But Minnesota's looking generally pretty weak. I think Detroit is a solid notch or 2 better than Minnesota overall. Their road lines probably won't be too inflated. They're actually plus 4.5% ROI on the road on the year. Minnesota minus 11% ROI at home on the year. And, Detroit's been a little bit iffy in August, but like I said, in certain spots, they do tend to be overvalued. But Minnesota's really starting to sink like a lot of people kind of thought they would. And I'm thinking Detroit has to have maybe a little bit of value here. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I do. I think they do have a little value. I don't want to go on record for this one just because it is Detroit. You get on the nose, Pete, they've been very overvalued. The pitching staff, other than Max Scherzer, has been extremely inconsistent. We know Justin Verlander is to go out as a favorite just about every outing, and he's been nothing but terrible. Rick Porcio's been bad as of late. And then you look at the bottom of that rotation with Ray, and now the young guys they're bringing up haven't really proven much quite yet. I'm going to avoid Detroit just because I think they could still continue to be overvalued. So if they didn't at least get 2 of 3, you could find yourself losing money. So I'll overall take a pass on that series.
I hear you. That's always a concern in the back of your mind when you take Detroit, but I'll go with it. What the hell? And then San Francisco at Washington is the third series I want to take. And San Francisco, of course, they were by far the most profitable team in baseball in the beginning of the year. Now, though, they've been a great fade. They've been absolutely tanking. Their starting pitching is kind of getting hit, and their lineup is not strong enough to prop them up. Minus 12.5% in August, minus 11% in July, minus 30% in June. Just a consistently good bet against over the past 3 months. And Washington kind of the other way. They were, they had some rough spells in the middle of the season when they had some injuries, but now they're coming alive. Their starting pitching is looking solid, and their lineup has all their guys back and looking pretty good. And when they do get a bad start, their lineup can sometimes bail them out. Rourke and Pfister are usually lights out, so I'm thinking we take Washington here.
At first I would thought I'd take a Washington ball, but I'm actually going to go another way and go the unders in this series. You look at the pitching matchups. San Francisco's pitching has been inconsistent, but most of the time you're going to get someone that you feel pretty good about and someone with potential to throw a shutout. I really like that part in this, and I also think you get the same from the Giants. You get guys like Jordan Zimmerman's pitching better. We obviously know Steven Strasburg, the potential that he has. Doug Fister has been good. Overall, a tough series to call, but if I had to take a lean on it, I would actually.
All right, so you want to go officially on the unders here, Troy?
Yeah.
All right, well, we can give you unders in the Washington-San Francisco series, and I'll stick with Washington. Definitely Washington's strong starting rotation supports both of those plays. All right, thanks so much, Troy.